Hey, it's dwadeannoyingorange, and this is I'm gonna do college football polls and spreads. Tell you who to pick this week. Tell you who to pick the week of September 25th, 2010. I'd like to give a shout out to my grandma. It's her birthday this week, Sunday. So leave a comment and tell her happy birthday, and I'll tell her for you. So I'm just gonna do some football polls here. I'm gonna tell you who to pick starting this week. I'm gonna do one every week. College, and professional. I'll tell you the spreads and tell you who to pick. Okay, here we go. So let's get started with Northwestern 7 over Central Michigan. Northwestern will win this one. Okay, Virginia Tech 4 over Boston College. It's going to be a good game. They're playing at Boston College. So, Virginia Tech, by the way, whoever I say first is the favorites. Over the team I say last is going to be the underdog. So, Virginia Tech versus Boston College, the spread's 4. I think I'm going to actually take the underdog, Boston College, in this one. Since they're playing at home and they got the advantage, I think they're going to beat VA Tech. Alrighty, my team, Penn State. I live near Penn State. We went up to the game last week. They beat Kent State 24-0. Penn State 16 over Temple, and I have to take Penn State because Penn State's playing Temple. Every year they beat them pretty bad, so I'm going to take Penn State. Georgia Tech versus NC State. Take Georgia Tech in this one. I don't know where they're playing, but Georgia Tech, I'm going to pick them. Duke and Army. I was actually looking at this one, Duke versus Army. 7 over Army. Duke's favored to win, but I think Army is actually going to win this one. There's an upset. Army over Duke. Okay, Alabama over Arkansas. 8. Alabama's favored to win by 8. You know what, I've been following this one all week, and I actually think I'm going to go with an upset, Arkansas over Alabama. If Alabama is going to lose this year, it's going to be against Arkansas this week. Now, it's going to be a very close game. I mean, maybe a field goal or a touchdown at the most will tell you who. Because they played Penn State, Alabama, and beat them 24-3. But Arkansas is ranked better than Penn State is. So I think Alabama's going to give them something. Even though they killed Duke last week, I'm going to take Arkansas over Alabama in an upset, so make sure you watch it. Okay, Boise State versus Oregon State. Now, this was on Facebook. If you have College Game Day as a fan, if you're a fan of it, they're all saying Boise State versus Oregon State. The majority of them took Boise State, and I was one of them. So I'm going to take Boise State. Okay, Stanford 4 over Notre Dame. I'm going to take Stanford. Notre Dame hasn't been showing what they have these past games. I mean, losing to Michigan State the last week and then Michigan. I mean, they gave them a game too, but Stanford's going to beat Notre Dame this week by 4. Arizona 7 over California. Arizona and California, good teams. I picked California over Colorado, and they won by 40 points. And they're not favored to win, but I think that Arizona's going to win, even though they're favored to win by 7 and California did that. I'm going to pick Arizona. Texas and UCLA. Texas is 16 spread over UCLA, and Texas is going to win. Texas has a good team, and they're going to win. Nevada over BYU by 6. Nevada will win this one. Okay, Florida and Kentucky. If you remember a few years ago, I believe Kentucky did beat Florida, but Florida's got the upper hand, and Florida's going to win it by 14. Southern Miss 6 over LA Tech. Southern Miss is going to win. I mean, LA Tech, I've never even heard of them that much. I mean, they've been on the football pool before, but I don't know much about them. Southern Mississippi is a good team, though. So I'm going to take Southern Miss in this one. Auburn and South Carolina. Now, this one I've been studying, too. Auburn and South Carolina. Auburn's favored to win by 3. But you know what? They're playing at Auburn, though. But South Carolina has a better ranking. And I think South Carolina's going to beat it. Even though they're the underdogs, there's another upset for you. South Carolina over Auburn. LSU over West Virginia. My cousin actually took West Virginia. He said West Virginia would win, and then my other cousin said LSU would win. But I have to go with LSU. They're going to beat West Virginia. I don't know if it's going to be by 9, which is the spread, which I believe it would be, but I'm going to take LSU. Okay, Baylor and Rice. Baylor's going to eat up some rice by 7. Baylor will win. North Carolina and Rutgers. North Carolina by 3. It's only 3 points. North Carolina gave LSU a game, which was good. But Rutgers, you don't hear much about. I mean, you do hear a lot about them. But they're not really the best team. And they're not one of the better teams. They're not ranked or anything. Neither is North Carolina, but they're up there. So I'm going to take North Carolina. Minnesota and Northern Illinois. Minnesota, I'm going to take UTEP 10 over Memphis. Now, I mean, I've heard of UTEP before. Memphis hasn't having a good season this year, but I think this is a good way to bounce back. I think Memphis is going to be as the underdog, and I think they're going to upset UTEP. Maybe not by 10, but they will. Okay, UNLV and New Mexico. I have to take UNLV because they're favored to win by 8, and I think they will. Last one is Oregon versus Arizona State, and I got to take Oregon in this one over Arizona State. Arizona State's a good team, but Oregon, if you watch their last games, have been dominating. So I'm going to take Oregon in this one. So let me just go back and review over them. My underdogs that I'm going to take. Boston College over Virginia Tech. There's one, an upset. I also have Army over Duke. There's another upset. Big upset here, Arkansas over Alabama. I also took South Carolina over Auburn, another upset. And then Memphis over UTEP. So thanks for watching. I hope it helps. I'm going to do one every single week. Comment, make a video reply, and if you watch, I'll be having a NFL video for the Sunday, September 26, 2010. Thanks for watching. Comment, subscribe, and make sure you watch my NFL one. Thanks.